Everybody seems to enjoy the 0 overall rebuilds, including myself. But what if we took that a step further and rebuilt a team with 0 players? Not just 0 overall players, 0 players. So today, we are basically going to be building a team from scratch. And we are going to try to turn the Raiders from this into the highest overall team in the league. And I really don't want to waste much time getting into this. I'm super excited. This should be a ton of fun. And we obviously have to sign players to simulate games. So for this first year, I'm going to see how goofy I can make this team. But super quick, I'm going to make this intro super short. We have been doing super well with all the like goals lately. So if we can get to 3,000 likes on this video, which we've been hitting, I will just straight up do this rebuild again. It'll let me know y'all want to see it and that you enjoyed enough for me to do it a second time. Or I could also do the most like comment. So be sure to let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below. And be sure to like any good ideas you see. I honestly might do both if we hit the like goal. And very last thing, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I have something super fun coming on Wednesday. It'll be a long one, so be prepared for that, but could also come out Thursday, depends how long it takes me. But I think y'all will really enjoy it, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that, or any of the rebuilds I do, because that's literally all I do. But without further ado, let's get into this rebuild, and let me sign some players. Okay, well, we are now up to a 69 overall, which of course we are, but this is the team, at least for the start. I'm not going to go over every player, but you can pause it and take a good look if you want to. This is DJ Fluker, by the way. I just signed him because it censored his entire name, so that's fun. I love this game. But of course, we are going to have Matt Corral as our quarterback. He got benched in the UFL. I don't think he necessarily deserved it, but we'll give him another chance here. And then here's the defense. I don't know what our scheme is, don't ask. We got the scammer Blake Martinez at linebacker. That's kind of a hard nickname. This is basically just an entire team of players that I like or find interesting. There are a few UFL players like Taco Charlton, I think Darius Phillips, guys that I thought would be good like Alton Robinson, or guys that were formerly good like JC Jackson, Carlos Dunlap, Anthony Harris. This is a very interesting team. I don't know how many of these guys we're going to keep, but I just wanted to make a super fun starting team. But now, let's get to the midseason point and we will see how this team does. Okay, well, we are unfortunately 1-6 at the midseason. I was hoping for an 0-17 season, I'm not going to lie. I wanted to simulate not having a team while still having fun players, but I mean 1-6 is close enough to 0-7. We actually have a good pass game. We almost have a top 10 pass game. Why? And our pass D is number 14. This game is so weird. How does that happen? How does that happen? Matt Corral has 2 touchdowns and only 10, or no, other way around, only 2 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Chase Claypool and JJ Arcega-Whiteside are both doing pretty well. This game is something else, man. I'm expecting a big fall off in the second half of the year, but it looks like there are definitely some pieces from this team that we should keep. And we're really just hoping for dev traits right now, honestly. I should maybe have gone with like a rookie middle linebacker, just because they would probably get a lot of tackles, but oh well. I don't think it'll be too hard to draft one with the hidden dev anyways. So let's get to the end of the year. We'll check out our season stats. We'll see if we win another game, which I hope not, and we'll see how many of these players we actually want to keep. Okay, we do not win another game for the rest of the year, and we finish 1-16. I think sneaking a win is maybe fair with this team, but it's definitely not a good one. Matt Corral was horrible. Definitely no help here, though. Max Borghi, 800 yards, 3.3 yards per carry isn't that bad. With how running backs usually play in this game, at least lower overall ones, and how bad our O-line is, that's not bad. Jordan Howard also had 10 touchdowns. Chase Claypool didn't quite hit 1,000 yards, but 900, only 1 touchdown. The blocking was not great. Big shocker there. Quan Alexander led the team with 155 tackles. TFL's 20 for Matt Ioannidis, 12 for Taco Charlton, and sacks. 4.5 for Carlos Dunlap led the team, 3 for Matt Ioannidis, and 2 for Taco Charlton. Honestly, that's maybe more than I expected. And interceptions, 2 for Quan Alexander, 2 for Blake Martinez and Ryan Neal, and then 1 for Marquise Blair and David Long. So, could have been worse. I've seen much worse, so we'll take it. MVP goes to Dak Prescott. I'm shocked it didn't go to Patrick Mahomes getting to beat up on us twice a year. Pause. He's beating it up, hitting our defense from the back. I really don't think we're gonna have anyone for any awards. Maybe a rookie award? Levi Bell at number 7 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, sure. Definitely an interesting player. He looked really, really good in the preseason for the Seahawks. But let's get into the offseason, and let's see if we get any dev traits. I'm not expecting many, but maybe 1 or 2. And wow, big shocker for the Super Bowl. Chiefs-Cowboys. Never seen that one before in this game. But unfortunately, no dev traits on offense. Ooh, and we do get a couple on defense. Quan Alexander got star dev. That was pretty predictable. But Ryan Neal went up to superstar. He is already 28, but he is keepable. We will re-sign him. And then Matt Ioannidis also got star dev, so that's cool. He had what, like 20 TFLs? Yeah, we'll take it. But now for re-signings, we of course have an insane amount of money. Unfortunately, most of the players I want back aren't interested. Ryan Neal, I definitely want back. We'll offer him 4 years, almost 24 mil. He takes it. JC Jackson at least has star dev. He doesn't re-sign. Cool. Chase Claypool, I definitely want back. He is a little expensive though for, you know, how he's been playing in real life. He doesn't take it. That's fine. I'm just kind of re-signing some of the younger pieces too, just because there's maybe something to work with there. But Max Borghi, I definitely do want back. I'm interested to see what he could be with a decent O-line in front of him. This is going to be such a weird team. Ooh, Quan Alexander rejected us. It said he was interested and I offered him player friendly, but okay, sure. We got to bring back Kurt Benkert, of course. I also just realized I signed a fat punter and kicker for some, I don't know why I did that. Maybe I just find fat kickers and punters funny. I don't know. Everybody's rejecting us, but I think I got everybody that I want back. We very well could re-sign a lot of the players at the start of next year, assuming they don't get signed, which they probably won't. But let's actually just start this off with the draft. I'm not going to sign anybody in free agency. We'll start out the base of our team with a bunch of rookies, and then we'll hit free agency next year, because usually year 1 for free agency is pretty weak anyways. But here in the draft, normally I like to trade down when we're doing these kind of horrible team rebuilds, but there is only one quarterback that is supposed to go in the first round, and that is Seth Gervasi. Crazy name. He honestly doesn't even look that good. I mean, he has a lot of A ratings, but also C throw on the run and play action. He does have elite throw power though and okay speed, but he is also already 23. I don't know, he's interesting. Also, something else interesting is there are 2 Mississippi State first round QBs. Did they rotate quarterbacks or something? I don't know. We still might trade down just 1 spot. The Bears do pretty desperately need a quarterback though. They didn't sign one in free agency. Do we just have to stick and pick? We might. I don't feel good about it though. I feel like Gervasi could have only normal dev. Hold on. This all depends on one thing. How old is Gabe Vasquez? 22. How old is Quincy Reddick? 22. Okay, they're only 1 year younger. If one of them was 21, I would have traded down far and just taken them later. We'll just go with Seth Gervasi. This could very well be a mistake, but we need a good QB. He does have hidden dev, thankfully. 94 throw power, 79 speed. We'll take it. But there are a couple pretty good players in the second round. I think my 2 favorite are Carl Bayer, who looks really good. Great speed, good acceleration. I wouldn't really call a 4.52 great speed, but fair enough, Madden. The reason I like him is because he has A-man coverage. I don't know if he's great though, because that is A-man at strong safety. I feel like I trust coverage safeties more at free safety. I guess it doesn't really make a difference most of the time. I don't know. He looks good, but he's not who I'm going to take. We are going to go with Ronald Bush. Only good strength. That's the only thing, but at least it is good. He has great speed and acceleration, elite change of direction, and he has very good ratings. Not the best finesse, but very good power. And he has A impact block and lead block, which is what I always look for. And he's only 21 years old. So let's take him. Hidden dev, 87 strength. We'll see what overall he is. He could be very good. I think he'll be something like a 78, maybe up to an 80. We'll see. And I think for the last pick I'm going to go Ronnie Spence. He has great speed, elite acceleration, and change of direction. B zone, B press. His man isn't scouted, but he is listed as a man-to-man corner, so I'm going to assume it's at least a B, hopefully. He is already 23, but that's fine. He looks really good, so we'll take him. Another hidden dev. We were 3 for 3. 93 speed, 95 excel, and change of direction. I think we did pretty well. We'll have to see. I might make 1 or 2 more picks, but I will see y'all for the draft recap. But here's how we did in in the draft, Seth Gervasi is a 78 overall. That's honestly better than I expected for just being a first-round talent. I thought he would be like a 76, maybe 7, but we'll take a 78. Really good awareness for a rookie, really well-balanced accuracy. He has 84 deep accuracy, 84 mid, 83 short. He's interesting. Ronald Bush, I guessed a 78, and he's only a 77, unfortunately, but that is still really good value. Let me see where he's ranked in the class. Well, I guess he's tied for top 10 at a 77 overall. He's the last ranked 77 overall player for some reason, but it is what it is. And then our best player, surprisingly, was Ronnie Spence. I thought he would be like a 75, maybe a little better, but he's an 80. He has 82 man. It must have been an A. Only 74 press, 75 zone, but really good speed. And then my last two picks were Larry Freeman. He actually is decent. I was hoping for a dev trait, but 73 overall. We'll take it. And then Joseph Casey I figured would be bad, but he was like barely scouted. He does actually have pretty good power moves, and he had elite acceleration. I'm surprised he's not a little bit higher of an overall. I guess he's just not very strong at all, and his tackle isn't very good. But I mean, 90 excel, 77 power moves, that's not a terrible starting point. It's players like this that I feel like should have dev traits. Raw, but developable. He won't be developable because he doesn't have a dev trait. And then the CPU surely did something. I mean, this tight end's all right, but that's about it. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. Only slightly better than last year in terms of overall, surprisingly. I wonder why that is. I mean, I feel like we look a lot better than last year. It's still very much not a good team yet, but this offseason, like I said, we'll add some free agents, and it should be very good by the start of next year. But we still could win a few games this year. I mean, I feel like our receiving core and our O-line could definitely hold us back, and I'm worried about that ruining the career of Seth Gervasi, but we'll see. Also, I didn't even know, but the tight end the CPU drafted, Edward Tiller, does have hidden dev, so we'll start him. I signed Chase Claypool back. There was a star dev tight end available in free agency, so I signed him. And then the defense is mostly the same as last year. I guess not really. We added Peyton Turner, Nick Needham, Ardarius Washington. We have 2 new starting middle linebackers, obviously. So it's going to be super interesting to see how this team does. But let's get to the midseason point. And what am I thinking we're going to be? Take a second, pause the video, leave your record predictions if you want to. I'm going to say, once again, we're going to be 1-6. Hopefully better, but that's my prediction. Let's find out. Or I guess 1-5, depending on when the midseason is. We'll see, one or the other. Or I meant bye week, not midseason. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, wow, never mind. I was very wrong. We are 3-4. Why? We're 73 overall, and we almost have a winning record. I mean, the Chargers are an 83, and they're only 2-5. I mean, maybe that's just the Mikey McDingle difference. What can I say? The greatest coach of all time. But no, why are we 3-4? That's really stupid. Gervasi's doing pretty well. 9 touchdowns and 99.9 passer rating. Kills 99.9% of germs. I don't know. Max Borghi's doing about the same. Ooh, Larry Freeman. I hope he doesn't beat out Gervasi for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Unless Gervasi already has X Factor. I guess we'll have to see. I guess we can maybe check now. Or should we save that for the end of the year? We'll build suspense for the end of the year. But yeah, off to a very, very good start here. And I don't think I'm going to re-sign anyone yet, but I definitely think I'm going to re-sign a good amount of these players, depending on who does well. So short mid-season here. Let's just get straight to the end of the year. That rhymes. Let's go. But let's see what kind of record we end up with. We're probably going to choke. I realize that, but hopefully not too bad. Okay, yeah, we definitely did choke. We only finished 5-12. But that's like probably 5 more wins than we actually deserve at a now 75 overall. We are probably the worst team in the league by a decent amount. So this is a good sign for the future. It looks like the 2 next worst teams are the Broncos at an 80 and the Cardinals at an 80. So we are the worst team in the league by 5 overall, which I guess isn't too bad because at the start of this, we were the worst team in the league by probably 80 overall or 75 or something. So we'll take it. But let's go super quick over the season stats. Gervasi was decent. 3,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, 12 picks. Good rookie year. Very good considering what he had to work with, but just on paper, ignoring everything else, it's decent. Good rookie year. Max Borghi, 900 yards, 3.3 per carry, I mean, don't get me wrong. 3.3 yards per carry is not good, but again, I was thinking you would get like 2 yards per carry, and he's done a lot better than that, so we'll continue to try to make him good. Why not? Oh, and we had 2 1,000-yard receivers. Larry Freeman, as a rookie, probably gonna win Rookie of the Year. Or we'll... What's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna end up crying because we're gonna get number 2 and 3. We're gonna get double cucked, I bet. But good year regardless. 1,000 yards for Chase Claypool, even 700 yards for Edward Tiller. The blocking was very, very good. Considering the players we have here, that's crazy. And then Newhouse led the team with 134 tackles, TFLs 13 for Ioannidis and 12 for Dunlap, and then sacks 4 for Peyton Turner. He wasn't horrible, but everyone else definitely was. And interceptions 3 for Washington, 2 for Ronnie Spence, but he had 13 pass deflections. He was really, really good as a rookie. God damn. And then Dwayne Randall, 1 pick. We'll take it. But now for the moment of truth here. I guess not yet. We'll look at MVP first. Mahomes wins it, of course. Surprised he didn't last year. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jonathan Taylor. Defensive Player of the Year goes to TJ Watt. But how about Offensive Rookie of the Year? It is gonna be Larry Freeman. Okay, we'll take it. I wish it was Gervaisi, because quarterback obviously more important, but we'll take it either way. We almost top 3 to Edward Tiller at number 4. Just James McMillan for the Jags at number 3. I feel like that was a player I was thinking about taking. I feel like he might have been a tight end. Also, JJ Hines, he's a running back. He was a UDFA. I just signed him. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Skylar Williams for the Jags. Newhouse all the way down at 6. And Spence all the way down at 10. That's kind of crazy. And now for another key thing here, another very important detail, I guess. What are our dev traits? Okay, that is almost best case scenario. So I am very glad Gervaisi won Rookie of the Year. Or no, I'm glad what did I say? I'm glad Freeman won Rookie of the Year and Gervaisi didn't, because Gervaisi already has X Factor. That was a very, very good pick. I mean, I know it was number 1 overall, so you can't really call it a value, but I'm glad he had X Factor. And Bush has Superstar. I'm surprised about that, but I'm more surprised that Javier Noble has Superstar. I think he was like, did I sign him or was he a UDFA? Or that's not what I meant to say. Did I sign him or was he a CPU pick? But he was a CPU pick. He was our 7th round pick. I wish I could speak. Good Lord. Did I say 2025? We're not in 2025 yet. What? Am I missing something? Drafted 7th round in 2025. That was the 2024 draft, was it not? Am I like being stupid here? No, we're in 2024. I don't understand this game. Whatever. Tiller only has star, but that's about what I expected. But on defense, Spence has Superstar. What a draft class. That was like almost the best draft class we could have started with. He's already up to an 84 overall. I don't think he'll get a dev trait. I guess he could because he had a lot of pass deflections, but even then, we'll take the Superstar dev. I definitely won't complain about that. That's crazy. And he was what, a 3rd round pick? What a steal that was. But let's get into the offseason. Let's see if we gain any more dev traits. And we're really gonna go hard in free agency, assuming there are good players. That's the big thing. Wow, never seen that Super Bowl before. That's crazy. The Cowboys beat the Chiefs 42-21. Huh, that's different. I've never seen that one before. Never seen Cowboys Chiefs in the Super Bowl in this game before in my life. This shit drives me insane. Can we get some diversity, please? But Larry Freeman, of course, gets an upgrade. We'll spend it on physical. That's his scheme. And thankfully, he does get star dev. I was kind of worried he wouldn't, because sometimes it just doesn't give him the dev trait, but we'll take it. And we did actually get one more dev trait. Our Darius Washington went up to star. We'll take it. Didn't really develop much throughout the year. I mean, he had 3 picks and only went up 2 total overall. I wish good performance resulted in actual development. It might get you a trait, but it doesn't guarantee development. And Newhouse didn't get a dev trait. He was the one who had all the tackles, right? Yeah. I mean, this is a pretty good rookie year. I'm kind of surprised. He had 20 pass deflections? What? That might be the most I've ever seen. Holy shit. How did he not get a dev trait? This game just doesn't value pass deflections. I'm guessing that was the most in the league, right? I would hope. That's an insane amount. Yeah, it was the most in the league by 4. Even 16 is really, really good. That is insane he didn't get a dev trait. We got robbed. You hate to see it. Before re-signings, Jake Drew will bring him back. I mean, he's good depth with a dev trait. How many times have I said dev trait in the last 2 minutes? I don't know. Chase Claypool, I want back, but he still isn't interested. We'll offer him 5 years, 35 mil, and he doesn't take it. Big shocker. I mean, we can probably upgrade there. Peyton Turner, I want back 3 years, 20 mil. He takes it. Our Darius Washington, I definitely want back 4 years, 15 mil. He takes it. We're handing out a lot of long, cheap deals. And Nathan Newhouse, we need to bring him back. I forgot he was a UDFA. We'll offer him 4 years, 22 mil. He takes it. Pretty much, I guess, a 1 year late rookie contract. I wish you could sign UDFAs to actual UDFA deals, though, like the 3 year, whatever RFA deals they are. But we'll re-sign Dicker the kicker. I guess he's a division rival of this team, but whatever. I think that's all the players we're going to bring back. Actually, Alex Leatherwood was pretty good. Kind of crazy to put Alex Leatherwood and good in the same sentence, but it is what it is. And in free agency, this is a pretty decent class. There's only one player out of 90 overall, but there are a lot of 85 pluses and 84s. So this is working out pretty well for us. To be honest with you, we do really need a running back. I'll acknowledge that, but I want to keep Max Max Borghi. Because, I mean, why not? He's done better than I expected. Still not good, but I want to make him good. He got a little better this year than last year, so let's hope he gets even better. But I'll shut up, I'll look through here, and we will see who we want to sign. Okay, so I'm stupid, and I spaced out and simulated the week, but thankfully I already offered the deals. I didn't really go for anyone too crazy, because most of these top players aren't interested, and I didn't really want David Bakhtiari. Honestly, our line's been playing really well, so if it ain't broke, I definitely won't fix it. I definitely won't mess with it. But let's see who we got. I didn't mean to go to targeted, but Xavier Woods hasn't signed yet. We are going for him, but who did we get? We got DJ Reed, Khalil Mack, Shaq Thompson, Grover Stewart, Wandale Robinson, and Charles Omenihu. I wasn't kidding when I said we were gonna go hard if we could. Like, this is a lot of players. Nobody like too insane, but DJ Reed is really good. Obviously, Khalil Mack is still good. We're bringing him back to the Raiders. These are all some pretty good additions. Honestly, I don't know if I want to go for Xavier Woods. We could just draft a safety, but we don't even need a safety that bad to begin with. Our Darius Washington and Ryan Neal have been doing really well. Yeah, we won't pay him. We'll save the money. We'll draft a safety if there is a really good looking one, but again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This team is still a long way from being good on paper, in terms of overall at least, but I think we're pretty good in terms of players who do well in this game, or at least did for us last year. But let's get to the draft and we will see what we want to do, because I don't even know what I want to do with the first pick. I guess we'll just see who's available. But in the draft, for some reason, I was assuming we would just have the #1 pick. I wasn't even thinking about our record. I was just thinking, oh, bad team on paper. We're probably going to have the #1 pick, but, you know, obviously that isn't the case going 5-12. We do pick at number 4. I'm hoping the players that I want don't get taken. Okay, there goes Agnew. That's kind of what I wanted. There goes Henson. He looked good, but I didn't even look at Enrique Garland. I'm not going to lie. Okay, but to be honest with you, for our positions of need at least, this isn't that good of a draft. I kind of like Perry Osgood, but I do really like him, actually. He looks really good. But he is going to drop in overall moving to outside linebacker. I don't want to play him as a 3-4 defensive end at 6'6", 266. That's a lot of sixes. There are some good receivers, or at least projected to go high receivers, but I don't know if they're that good, honestly. I mean, they look good, but nobody that blows me away. Ooh, Devin Amos. He actually looks pretty good, at least for where he's supposed to get taken. If one of those guys somehow slips to the second round, I'll definitely take him, but I think we'll just go with Perry Osgood. I wish he was a little stronger, but other than that, he looks really good. I'm not going to make an Osgood good joke and say he's pretty Osgood. I guess I just did, but we'll take him. Hidden Dev, 84 speed, 84 strength, only 83 excel. It's kind of rare to see a player with worse acceleration than speed, but we'll see what his overall is. I don't think he's phenomenal, but I think he's good. If he was more athletic, then I would think he's like an 80-something, but we'll just see. But are one of the receivers still available? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, wait. I wish Shamir Miller was a little more scouted. If he has A medium route, A awareness, he could be really, really good, but I don't think he has both. It's tough to say. Ooh, Dominique Arnold. Y'all know me, I like my playmaker receivers. He's also only 5'8", with A spec catch and probably A catch in traffic. Who's the Colts receiver they drafted last year that I liked a lot? Why can't I think, from North Carolina, why can't I think of his name? This is Downs. This is Josh Downs. That's who this is right here. Kind of. We'll take a chance. I don't know if he's amazing, but he could be. You know what? No, let me take a quick second to look at other positions. I literally have not looked at any others, but I think we're taking that receiver. Ooh, there is a really good safety. What's his speed? Terrell Swinton? Only solid speed. Okay, maybe not insanely good, plus only C pursuit, but he looks pretty good. Ooh, there is also Joe Sweeney at receiver. He looks really good too. A deep route, B spec catch in traffic and release. I started to slur my words there for a second. Steve Young? Oh, really? He's coming back as a receiver and running a 4.26 at his pro day. Let's go. But we'll go with Dominique Arnold. I've rambled enough. Let's take him. Hidden Dev, 93 speed, 96 agility. Another player with better speed than acceleration. I mean, I guess that happens sometimes, but most of the time it's the other way around. That's interesting. And we might reach here technically. Brendan Brooks isn't supposed to go until day 3, so I guess this is close enough. But he looks pretty good. It's hard to say because, again, he isn't super scouted, but A finesse, A run block, A impact block, hopefully A lead block, and A awareness. Great strength, elite jumping and agility. He was at least good at everything at the combine. We'll take him. I don't know where we're gonna play him, because like I said, our O-line's been pretty good, but he looks like a good player, so we'll take him. Earth-shattering logic there, I know. But here's how he did in the draft, and this was not nearly as good as last year. Still decent, actually, but not great. I guess it also depends on the dev traits we get, but Perry Osgood, he's about what I expected. I was thinking he could even be closer to an 80. His power moves just isn't that good. I mean, it said it was an A. It's only a 78 though. It's not horrible, but he's probably only going to be like a 74 at outside linebacker. No, he stays a 76. Okay, we'll take that. That's surprising, but we'll take it. Dominique Arnold is like the most surprisingly low overall player. He's only a 74. He's a really bad short route runner. That's probably why. But just send him deep. I don't know. Also, something absolutely just insanely stupid. Y'all see he's 5'8", right? And he's a 74 overall at receiver, but if you move him to tight end, he somehow goes up to a 75. Like, height needs to play an overall, or a role into overall, because a 5'8" receiver should not be able to be better at tight end. That just shouldn't happen. I really do wish height and weight played even a little bit of a role into overall. He's also a pretty decent running back, 77 overall. And then Brandon Brooks, he was only a 74 at center, but 76 at guard, and then Sheffield, probably only going to be like a 72 at middle linebacker. Yeah, but at least he has a hidden dev. I don't even think I showed me picking him, but he is good. I also took Clark Silverman. He isn't great, and then the CPU made these two picks. They're decent. Definitely not as good of a draft as last year, but it is still definitely pretty good. So let's get into year 3, and we will see how the team's looking. It's going to be interesting. But here's a look at the team heading into year 3. Definitely not as good as I thought we would be heading into this year, but we are still a very young team and should develop a lot throughout the year. And then this year, we will go even crazier in free agency. It's just positions like receiver. There wasn't really anyone great. For running back, there wasn't anyone really great. I mean, there were good running backs, but none that do like super well in this game most of the time. And the O-line, we could have definitely upgraded overalls, but I was comfortable with this group. I mean, it played well. We're also going to try Brooks at right tackle. We could start Leatherwood there again. He was really good. He only allowed 5 sacks there, but we'll just see. If someone sucks, we'll probably sub in Leatherwood somewhere. Like at left tackle, maybe if Prince Tegawanogo sucks or something. But here's the defense. Definitely a little older on the defensive side of the ball, like Grover Stewart, Charles Omenihu, DJ Reed, Khalil Mack, Shaq Thompson, and Ryan Neal. But our defense is a better overall at a 79 and should also develop with players like Osgood, Sheffield, and hopefully Washington. Oh, and of course Spence in year 2. We'll see how he does. But let's get to the midseason point. This very well could be a down year. We'll see, but hopefully it isn't. Usually year 2 is the down year, but now that I said that, we're gonna suck this year, so I shouldn't have said that. Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, I deserve that for saying it could be a down year. That is unlucky. We are 1-5, which that's fair. We're still only a 78 overall team. We actually have the best pass D in the league. We just have a really bad offense. Honestly, have we had a good offense this whole time? I mean, we've had a decent passing game at times, but I don't know. Maybe this offensive playbook is kind of part of the problem. Brandon Brooks is horrible at right tackle. Okay, so I think we're gonna bench him for Alex Leatherwood. Khalil Mack already has 5 sacks through 7 games, so that's cool. Only 2 picks on the year so far, though. Why would our second highest overall offensive lineman play well? That would be crazy. Let's put Alex Leatherwood back. And for re-signings, we have 69 mil, nice. We have Grover Stewart, David Long. Nobody really too major. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention, I found a superstar dev, 78 overall fullback. He just went undrafted. You know, I don't know how much playing time he gets, but I'll take a superstar dev. He's actually not a horrible tight end. I mean, a 63 isn't good, but he would at least be depth there. We'll just leave him at fullback though. But I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to get the #1 overall pick though. That's something we gotta think about. Honestly, our defense as a whole is doing pretty damn well. We just don't have any takeaways, and that's resulting in us being the 21st scoring defense, or for points per game allowed, whatever. So we'll just get to the end of the year. We'll hope things fix themselves, or if they don't, then like I said, we'll just have a high draft pick. So all we can really do is get to the end of the year. Okay, but actually, super quick before I reveal how we did in year number 3, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video. I would very much appreciate it. And like I said, if we hit 3,000 likes, I will do another one of these, or whatever the most like comment says. players, whatever I think would be best. And I mean, I know this hasn't been the most successful yet, but we are quite literally going to spend all of our money in this offseason and make this team as good as we can. So it should be good for next year. And also, while I remember, question of the day, I've been remembering to do this lately, so y'all better be proud of me, but question of the day. Let me know this down in the comments. With, you know, the new college football game coming out, I think this summer, I think I saw like a July release date, or maybe that was a lie. I don't know, like it got leaked or something. But with that coming out this summer, I want to ask, who is y'all's favorite college football team? Just for future reference, let me know that down in the comments. Who is your favorite college football team? You know, I guess I'll answer it. It doesn't really matter for what I'm trying to do, but mine is Washington State, of course, as y'all know. I mean, I picked Max Borghi here. But yeah, just for future reference, let me know who your favorite college team is. Because no spoilers, but definitely expect some college football rebuilds this summer, or whenever the game comes out. But anyways, back to the rebuild. As for dev traits from this draft, I mean, we really didn't get many good ones. Arnold only has star, same with Brooks. The only good one I see is Osgood has superstar dev, so we'll take that. I was hoping he would have at least superstar, so we'll take it. Now up to 86 power moves, I mean -2 from morale, but he'll get that back next year. Oh yeah, and Sheffield also only has star. It is what it is. But in year number 3, we finished 7-10, and we missed the playoffs. Now, to be honest with you, I kind of wish we just finished horribly. I maybe shouldn't have put Alex Leatherwood back in. I mean, I don't know if that would have made that much of a difference, but I just wish we did bad so we could get a really good draft pick. I always hate finishing like 7-10, 8-9, 9-8, because you don't make the playoffs and you don't get a good draft pick. Almost nothing good comes from a season like that. Also, Seth Gervaisi was pretty horrible. 3,400 yards, 18 touchdowns, 14 picks. That is bad. Max Borghi also didn't get too much better from last year. I was hoping he could maybe bump that up to like 3.8 yards per carry and then next year get like 4 point something and be like a legitimate good running back, but he just hasn't really become that good. We're definitely going to sign a running back. Dominique Arnold did pretty well as a rookie. This isn't going to be enough for rookie of the year, but 7 yards away from 1,000, 5 touchdowns. Even Larry Freeman almost had 1,000 yards. Oh, Prince Tagovailoa was horrible in the second half of the year. That's great. But Alex Leatherwood was very good at right tackle. Only 1 sack allowed in 700 snaps. That's insane. We're definitely going to sign a left tackle, but honestly, the rest of our line might be set. I know it's not good on paper, but it plays well, so I'm going to keep it. But Shaq Thompson, 126 tackles, led the team, 15 TFLs for Grover Stewart, 14 for Mack and Osgood, and sacks, 16.5 for Khalil Mack. He's insane in this game. 4.5 for Omenihu, only 3.5 for Osgood as a rookie, though. He wasn't very Osgood. I said I wasn't going to make that joke. I lied. I'm sure y'all could have expected that. But 3 picks for DJ Reed, 2 for Ryan Neal, and 1 for Sean Sheffield. It's kind of an annoying name to say. And Joe Burrow wins MVP here. No Raiders, big shocker. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Rashee Rice. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby, who got signed by the Titans. That's another thing. Every team got to sign most of our players. Khalil Mack at number 3, so I'm glad we brought him back. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Matthew Dunn for the Bengals. Arnold all the way down at 4. I kind of thought we were going to get number 2, and I was going to cry about it, but number 4 isn't super close. I saw Steve Young up there. Oh, I'm going to cry about something, though. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Otis Stevens for the Texans. Perry Osgood at number 2. Kill me. Sean Sheffield at number 5. Honestly, not much good came of this season, as is usually the case in a 7-10 season. Let's get into the offseason. Let's see what we can do. No, I sound disappointed, but really, once I restructure all these deals and maybe cut some players if we need to, we should have a ton of money to work with. We'll see. Finally, we have a different Super Bowl. I mean, it's only one team that's different, but the Chiefs beat the 49ers 35-28. Real life rematch, I guess. But for re-signings, Grover Stewart will definitely bring back. He took 2 years, 32. We'll take it. And then honestly, like, how has David Long been playing? I think he did well year 1. He had 1 pick year 1. He hasn't been that good. He's replaceable. And then for the most part, this is just depth. There aren't really any starters back here. I guess I'll re-sign maybe Jerry Nelson. I tried at the midseason, but he rejected us. He does re-sign though. It's just cool to have superstars on the team. We can maybe do something with him. I don't know. But now, let me restructure some deals, and we should have a pretty good amount of money to work with. Maybe 100-ish mil. Okay, that was a pretty good guess. We ended up with 97.8 mil to work with. It said like 111 or 12 or something when I was restructuring, but I think it reserves space for rookie contracts. But who is in free agency? Oh, yeah, we're gonna go crazy. All right, give me a minute. We're gonna do some things. Okay, well, as y'all can see, we're spending all of our money, at least hopefully, assuming we get all these players. There is one unfortunate thing, though. We can't really compete for Micah Parsons. The Colts have have a 5-level offer, I'll just call it, you know, a maxed out offer, and he's not interested in us, so unfortunately, we can't afford him. Or, well, we can't afford him, we just can't compete. But we're still going for a pretty good class, assuming we can get all these players. I say assuming because, you know, we're more than likely gonna get at least most of these players down here. We have a very comfortable lead for all them. Tyler Algier, Geno Stone, Teron Johnson, Jerry Jeudy, AVT. The only one I'm unsure about is the best one, and that's Chris Olave, because he's not interested. We are tied for one of the top offers. We're offering him a disgusting amount of money. He's only asking 21 per year. We're offering him 37 mil per year, so he better take it. I think it is 18.5 salary and 18.5 signing bonus, so he better take this deal. But let's see who signs, if anyone. It's taking a minute. It looks like everyone signs, and thankfully Chris Olave does join us. Same with Tyler Algier, Geno Stone, Teron Johnson. Everybody signed. That's huge. And yeah, the Colts get Micah Parsons, but we may not be done here. Give me a second. Let me restructure those deals. Okay, now with back up to 31 mil, what else do we want to do? What would be an upgrade? I could go for Jalen Phillips, but he is horrendous in this game, so I'm good on that. We could go for Quincy Williams. Amari Cooper, we have enough receivers. Ivan Pace, that would be kind of fun. We could go Kyle Duggar. Just kidding. The Steelers want him bad. Let me just see. There's nothing major I'm forgetting, right? I mean, we do need a tight end, but there just wasn't a good free agent tight end. Elijah Vera Tucker is going to play left tackle, if that wasn't obvious enough. We're only an 83 overall team, though. Like, that's bad. But what else can we even upgrade? I guess D-line, but there weren't really any good D-linemen. Safety, but there weren't many good safeties left. But I think we should go up in overall once I move some guys around like Elijah Vera Tucker and some stuff like that. And we still have the draft coming up. But yeah, just not really any good tight ends, or that would be too big of an upgrade. You know what? Let's go for Leonard Williams. Why not? Okay, that's why not. We'll just go for Ivan Pace and Tier Tart. We'll try to get them. Not massive upgrades, but upgrades nonetheless, I think. But let's get into possibly the final draft. We could go another year here. We'll see. But let's see what position we even want to draft. That's the big question. But here in the draft, we pick at number 9, and honestly, I am contemplating if we're even gonna take this pick, because we could trade this away. We could. There just honestly isn't anyone I'm crazy about here for like a position of need. Honestly, our really only big quote-unquote need is safety. That and I guess D-line, but we signed Tier Tart, so I don't know. I don't really love any of these safeties, because I mean, Patterson looks good, but only D play rec. And Grant looks good, but C to F play rec, only C pursuit. Like, I don't know. Those two are probably decent, but not worth a top 10 pick, especially at safety. And then our other big need is tight end, but no, there aren't really any worth taking here. I mean, maybe worth taking, but they aren't projected to go here, and we hardly have them scouted. God. All right, I think we're going to trade this pick away. It's going to be an overpay based on who we actually get, because it seems like you can't get a 90-plus overall player without spending like 3 first-round picks, even with like very high trade interest on, but we'll see what happens. The Browns currently have a 56 overall starting tight end, and that isn't even their worst position, apparently. They just don't even have a free safety at all. That's fun. I love how this trade would save the 49ers cap space, but they can't do it for some reason. Also, how do you have negative 74 mil? How does that even happen? I mean, I get that can happen, but I guess a better question is, even after the offseason, you still have negative 74 mil? That's crazy. Cut some players. But we're just going to give our first round pick for Sam Laporta. I wouldn't make this trade in real life, at least for a top 10 pick, but we got to do what we got to do. And he is probably much better than any player we could draft here. I maybe could have gotten some return. I actually should have thought about that, but whatever. And now, honestly, I might just take a million D linemen and hope that we get some good ones. Ooh, Juan Edens looks really good. Well, he's a really good finesse rusher, but maybe not the best run defender. I don't know. Let's just go with Salim Mitchell. He looks pretty good. I mean, not great, but good enough. Normal dev. You hate to see it. But here, let's go with Chad Bowers. He looks decent. Great speed, good excel, good ratings, not the best pursuit, and probably not the best play rec, but A-man, or B-man, B-zone, B-tackle. Hopefully A awareness. Is 23, but could maybe start. Depends on his overall. Normal dev, I kind of saw that coming, but could be a decent overall player. We'll see. This is going to be a horrible draft on paper. But I mean, we got to do what we got to do. But I guess let's go with Juan Edens here. We'll take a chance. Could be terrible, could be decent. I don't really know. Another normal dev. We're just not going to hit a dev trait in this one. We used up all our luck in the first one. But let's get to the end of the draft and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, well, actually, this wasn't too bad. I mean, also, if you imagine Sam Laporta as our first round pick here, this actually was a good draft. The CPU also did really well. Jamal Dixon, 75 overall. Even Mathis, decent running back. I don't know why it took another corner, but he's decent. 70 overall. But Mitchell's a 75. Bowers is a 76. That's exactly what I thought he would be. Edens is a 74. None of them had dev traits, of course. Did we get any dev traits? I bet the running back might have one. No? Nope, we went 0 for 6 on dev traits. Unlucky. But I mean, on paper, just looking at overalls, this was a pretty good draft. Oh, and honestly, right after our pick and including our pick, this was a pretty big stretch of not great players. I mean, decent ones. There was a good QB, but we don't need a QB. Well, maybe. We'll see. That's still up in the air. Walter Pritchett at corner's good, but we don't need another corner. I guess we could have maybe put him at safety, but no, I think we did pretty well by trading that pick away. Was there another, like, good player after our pick? There was also a pretty good second round corner, but like, yeah, no, there were only 280 overall plus players and they both went before we picked. This was just a horrible draft class. But let's get into possibly the final year and we will see how the team's looking. Definitely not the best, but pretty good considering the team we started with. But here's a look at the team heading into what is possibly the final year of the rebuild. I mean, I can make a lot of excuses, but we are only an 84 overall, but I will still give the excuses. We started with no players, and we have players on this team that are a low overall, but play well, so we're keeping them. Those are my excuses for it only being an 84 overall. But I mean, on paper, X-Factor quarterback, Tyler Algier at running back, Chris Olave and Jerry Jeudy at receiver, Sam Laporta at tight end, Khalil Mack, a top 5 pick pass rusher with superstar dev, Grover Stewart, DJ Reed, a superstar 87 overall corner. Like, this is a pretty good team on paper. It is definitely not bad. Surprisingly, though, our offense is a higher overall than our defense. I guess we just have higher overall players on our offense, like Chris Olave and Sam Laporta. We don't really have anyone that good on defense. And Tyler Algier. I guess our defense is more well-rounded, though. I guess we do have really good corners, though, so I don't know. Whatever. All I hope is that we do well. We could go to a year 5. In fact, we probably will. But hey, let's just get to the midseason and we will see what happens. Ooh, okay, that's rough. Well, we finished 6-11. That's kind of to be expected, but we are up to an 86 overall team. Like, that's not horrible. But I'll get to the major problem here in a second. So we're definitely doing another year, obviously. We're not going to finish going 6-11 without making the playoffs once. Seth Gervaisi was horrible in the first half of the year, but ended up good. I'll also explain why that is in a second. But Tyler Algier was good, 1,000 yards, 4.5 per carry, 10 touchdowns. Chris Olave, not 1,000 yards, but 10 touchdowns. Sam Laporta did well, which also might be a hint as to what I did at the midseason. The blocking was good. It wasn't really the problem with our team. I think I found the problem with our team, though. We had 128 tackles for Shaq Thompson and Ivan Pace. TFLs, 17 for Mac, 15 for Osgood, 10 for Thompson. And sacks, only 7 for Mac led the team, 5.5 for Edens as a rookie, only 4.5 for Perry Osgood. He really hasn't been that good. He hasn't been very Osgood. I need to shut up. 3 picks for Shaq Thompson led the team, and then 1 for 3 players. So yeah, we didn't get much pressure, clearly. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, cool, whatever. Big shocker there. Isaiah Pacheco wins Offensive Player of the Year, big shocker. No Raiders for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to a Chargers player, of course. Edens at 5, Bowers at 7. I didn't even see what Bowers did. I think he had 1 pick or something. I don't know. But at the midseason, our offense was struggling once again, specifically Gervaisi. He only had 8 touchdown passes, 9 picks. So I switched to the Chiefs offensive playbook. You know, big shocker there. I'm going to keep switching to it until Madden makes playbooks not matter so much, which is probably never. But now let's get into the offseason and we'll get to the other problem here. You'll see why I'm scared for this final season. But in the Super Bowl, really weird one. The Chiefs win 35-28, which I think was the same score as last year, the same score the Chiefs won by. We still haven't had a different AFC team than the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, by the way. Just want to point that out. Thanks, EA. But if you didn't catch it last week, the reason this is going to be such a struggle is we have negative 64 mil in cap space to work with. And we have to re-sign Sam Laporta, someone we just spent a first-round pick gone. Also, Khalil Mack. This is fun. This was a good idea for a challenge. To be fair, though, I thought this would be a lot easier. I thought this would just be like a normal 0 overall rebuild, but it has been far from that. It has been much harder. So let me restructure some deals. We'll see how much of this cap space we can get out of. Hopefully enough to bring at least Sam Laporta back, but we'll see. That's very up in the air right now. Okay, well, no, we were not able to free up enough money. We still have negative almost 27 mil, and because of that, that means we can't really, you know, franchise tag Sam Laporta. If we could offer him a deal, then we would be able to, but we can't even offer him a deal. There are a few players we could cut, but I don't think it would save up enough money to be able to, you know, break even at least. Let me try it. I might as well. Like Max Borghi, this will save 4.5 mil. Tier Tart would save us 5 mil. I know we just signed him, but whatever. We have other options there. Taco Charlton might be due for a contract, but he has regressed a lot, and that'll save us 3 mil. At least I think it will. Prince Tega Winogo, this will save us over 4 mil. I don't know. We're really trying anything we can. I mean, these are decent contracts, but I just don't know if it'll be enough. I think Charles Omeni, he was due for a deal, so that won't do anything. Payne Turner, this might do something. Levi Bell also might be due for a deal. Shaq Thompson, we have other linebackers. That'll save us 7 mil. We're really digging ourselves out of the hole here. This is actually kind of working. Honestly, Greedy Williams, and I know we just signed him, but let's cut Teron Johnson. That'll also save us 7 mil, over 7.5, and Ryan Neal. That'll save us over 4 mil. So that was a lot of cuts, but is that enough? I think it might be. Yeah, we have 17 mil now. Okay, good. I think we can just straight up re-sign Sam Laporta. We'll offer him 5 years, 77 mil, and he takes it. Cool. We'll pick up the 5th year option for Gervaisi. Not that that'll do anything. And then I think we'll tag Khalil Mack and hope that he does better than he did last year. Or, yeah, we might as well. I was gonna say we could try to upgrade in free agency, but we also have 3.4 mil, so we'll just tag him. So let's just get straight to the draft. We're definitely gonna have some needs to fill, but hopefully it's a good class. That's what I can hope for. That's all we can hope for. But here in the draft, we can't trade our pick this year. We're broke. But we pick at number 4. There goes a really good player in Notori Leary. Or wait, maybe not. That might not be him. It's not. Lynn Brown is the one I was looking at. Okay, the more I look at him, the less good he looks, but looking here, I mean, A deep route, A spec catch, A release, A catching. Everything that is scouted is an A, other than I guess the spin move, but only good speed and solid acceleration. He does have great strength, but he's probably a normal dev. Okay, well, honestly, I looked for other good-looking players, and I couldn't really find one. Delroy Edens, no. I mean, we could add another Edens. We could add another Edens. That's not funny, but he doesn't look that good. I mean, only B power moves in the top 10. I mean, he's a good run defender, but I don't know. He's probably a good overall. I just, I don't want him. Let's go with Lynn Brown. He's gonna have normal dev, but he looks fun, and that's what we're here for, right? Show me that normal dev, baby. Hell yeah. And in the second round, does it really matter what I do here? Does anything matter? Does life matter? Let's go with Braden Gregory. He looks pretty good. Cool. And last pick, I might go with Danny DeLoach. He looks pretty good. Only solid speed, but I think he's gonna play D-line for us. He's a little undersized at 6'4", 279, but it's fine. He looks good. I mean, A awareness, A power moves, maybe A pursuit, maybe A tackle. Let's take him. Why would a player with good traits have hidden dev? That would be crazy. I was gonna say, this guy's a 1st to 2nd round talent. Look at these ratings. He looks horrible, but he has elite strength, 40 bench reps. I mean, still though, he's a power blocker, and he has C pass block power. I guess just always look for A impact block and lead block and awareness. That's what carries it. Gilbert Anthony also looks really good. He doesn't have the A awareness though, so I don't know. All right, let's go with Dalvin Walford. Anthony could be better, but does it really matter? I don't think one of these guards are gonna start anyways, because I think we'll just stick with the group we had, but I don't know. Another normal dev, big shocker. I haven't said this in a while, but I need a nap after this one. Okay, well yeah, big shocker. We got pretty good overall players. Brown is a 79, Gregory's a 78 with hidden dev. At least we got one. I forgot we even got one. Deloach is a 76. That's good. I mean, these are all good value picks for sure. I mean, maybe not the first one, because 79 in the top 5 with no dev trait, that's not great, but could be worse. I've seen much worse than that. And then Dalvin Watford, that's good value for the 4th round, really good value. So no dev traits, that's unfortunate, but like, I did what I could. There were some really good safeties. All of them went before I could get him. I mean, I'm not going to take a safety at pick 4, there. And hey, oh no, that's Leary. Never mind. Lynn Brown was at least tied for 6th in terms of overall, so we'll take it. Braden Gregory was obviously pretty comfortably a top 15 player in the class too, or 10. Yeah, he's tied for 9th, so hey, this was a really, really good draft. It's just, did it do enough for the team to actually do well? We will find out heading into the final year. God, I want this defensive lineman. We still have negative 22 mil in cap. He has superstar dev and he's only 24, but we just can't sign him. I might try to free up some money, but I don't think we can free up anymore. Let me see. But here's a look at the team heading into the final year for sure. No matter what happens, this is going to be all she wrote, I guess. Definitely not the best team in the world, but again, for where we started with this team is pretty damn good. I mean, we have an 88 overall offense with a low overall offensive line that we easily could have invested more in. And then the defense, again, only an 83, not great, but it could develop a lot throughout the year. We will just have to see. But there isn't really much else for me to talk about here. I mean, y'all have seen the team a million times now. It, of course, did better when it was a lower overall than we did last year. Shocker. I mean, I know other teams developed too, but like, I think we developed more is what I'm trying to say. Or not even developed, I just mean got better in terms of overall and added good players. Maybe that's what people mean when they say you just do worse this year because of strength of schedule. I always try to figure out what that means. I'm like, does Madden factor how you do last year and give you a harder schedule next year? Maybe they just mean the other teams get better too. Like, I know that, but when I say we get better and perform worse, I'm thinking like where we rank in the NFL compared to the other teams. A couple years ago, we went 7-10 and had the worst roster in the league. And last year we went, what, 6-11 and probably were like mid, or maybe even better than mid. That's what I complain about when I say, oh, we got this much better, but we did worse. I don't know. I'm just rambling and complaining about the game as per usual. Let's get to the end of year 6, no, year 5, and we'll see how this team does. I'm not expecting playoffs, but I'm hoping for playoffs. But here we are at the end of the year, and super quick before I reveal how we did, if you haven't already, again, if you want to see me do this again, I know I've already said it twice, but 3,000 likes, and it'll, let me know y'all want to see it again, and it helps YouTube know that y'all are enjoying this video, pushes it to more people. I would very much appreciate it. And subscribe for more, because if you liked this video, I mean, this was probably the least successful rebuild I've had in a long time, but if you liked the vibes, I don't know, be sure to subscribe. That's what I'm trying to say, because all I do is rebuilds, and it'll make you an OG of the channel for whenever we hit, 10 million subscribers, definitely. That'll happen someday, for sure. And let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below, because I could also do the most liked comment. I just decided to plug everything. I wasn't going to do that, but whatever. What am I doing? Why am I, like, skipping back and forth between everything? I don't know what's wrong with me. But this was, like, the worst way to finish off this rebuild, because in year number 5, we finished, no, you didn't see our record in that split second. Let's go over the stats super quick first. Seth Gervasi was insanely good. 4,400 yards, 37 touchdowns, only 5 picks, 71% completion percentage. He was like a borderline MVP. He would have easily won MVP in real life this year just based off of these stats. He'll be like 8th because quarterbacks are insane in this game. But Tyler Algier was good, 1,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, 20 touchdowns for Olave. Lynn Brown as a rookie was good. Alex Leatherwood wasn't great, but the rest of the line did pretty well. We had a lot of tackles, nothing different there. Oh my God. Okay, 17 TFLs for Mack, 15 for Edens, and sacks, 22.5 for Khalil Mack. I didn't change anything with our defense. It's just been all over the place for no reason. But 9 sacks for Mitchell, 8.5 for Edens, only 6 for Osgood. He had like 4.5 at the midseason, but okay. And then only 4 total interceptions on the year. So that's what held us back. Great. But let's go over awards. MVP goes to Josh Allen. Gervasi at number 5. That name's getting annoying to say. I don't know why. Olave at 3 for Offensive Player of the Year. Gervasi at 9. I have to say it again. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Khalil Mack. That's huge. I don't know why I said huge so weird. We had to get cucked, of course. I mean, this one doesn't matter because we won't get the rewards for that anyways. But Lynn Brown at number 2 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to some Dolphins player. Deloach at 7. But in year number 5, the final year of the rebuild, if you didn't see it before, we finished 10-7, but we missed the playoffs because the Chiefs barely edged us out. They edged us super hard, and we didn't get to feel the blast of making the playoffs. There's something wrong with me, dude. I need to be evaluated. Now, to be fair, I don't know if we deserved to make the playoffs at only an 86, but let me be petty and check real quick. I know we were probably nowhere close to the best team in the league, but nah, we were like mid. good. Honestly, there were a lot of teams that were better than us. Okay, hey, that's fair. I think 10-7 is about fine. I just wish we made the playoffs, though. The Chiefs are a 91. So yeah, we're nowhere close to the best team in the league. Okay, hey, I can't complain too much. I just failed at my job for the first time in a while. But considering the team we started with, which is literally nobody on the team, this isn't too bad. But I definitely want to give this another shot. I feel like if we got a little luckier with some of the dev traits in the drafts, this would have been a lot better. I mean, we only hit I guess we hit 5 superstar or better players with Gervaisi, Bush, Noble, Osgood, and Spence. But to be fair, we made a lot of draft picks. A lot didn't have a dev trait at all. So again, if y'all want to see me do this again, 3,000 likes. Let me know down in the comments if, I should do this again or any good ideas. Because even if they aren't the most liked comment, I still very well could do them. So let me know whatever y'all want to see. But thank you all so much for watching. Again, expect something fun on Thursday or Wednesday. We'll see. You might as well turn on notifications to, make sure YouTube tells you whenever I upload. You know what I'm saying? But I'll shut up now. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.